in the show?
My name is Greg Hinojosa, and I'm the artistic director for the Woodlawn Theater, and I'm also directing Monty Python's Spamalot.
Okay, tell us a little bit about Spamalot.
Well, Spamalot is based on the 1974 movie by the Monty Python group Spamalot. Only this is Spamalot the musical, and so the scenes are bridged together with lots of funny different songs and parodies about Camelot, so it's a lot of fun.
And tell us about the actors who are playing the parts.
Well, we have some great actors here in San Antonio, and we're really fortunate to have them in the show. Kevin Murray is playing King Arthur, and he's done a lot of theater around the city and also is a director locally. And then we have Megan Hicks DeYoung, who also plays the Lady of the Lake, who eventually becomes Guinevere at the end of the show. And then we have some other actors who are directors across town, like Michael Berger is the executive director for the Overtime Theater, and we're happy to have him at the Woodlawn playing Sir Lancelot.
Great.
My name is Kevin Murray, and I'm playing King Arthur in our version of Spamalot.
And how did you get started being in the business?
In actuality, the artistic director here at the Woodlawn, Greg Hinojosa, and myself were college roommates almost 30 years ago. And we've developed a friendship over those years. We both toured with a theatrical company that was based in Rockport, Texas, called the Alpha Mega Players. We did that on and off for several years. I was an artistic associate and a tour manager actor for a company that was based in Columbus, Georgia, called the Springer Theater, which is the State Theater of Georgia. It's called the Springer Opera House. And then after that, I worked at Fiesta, Texas. I've worked at SeaWorld. I've done regional theater all over the place. I did a 10-month tour for Troika for a show called Crazy for You. And so I've been a professional actor on and off for many years. Working with Greg has been a great thing in my career. We've forged a great friendship over the years. We continue to be best friends, and I jumped on this opportunity to play this role.
Great. And tell us a little bit about the character that you're going to be playing.
Well, it's King Arthur. It's a retelling of the story of Camelot, but in a farcical sort of way. And King Arthur is he's kind of the straight man in the show. He takes everything very seriously, and his quest is very important to him. But he seems to be surrounded by larger-than-life characters. He comes into situations that are way broad, and he handles them more as the straight man in the show. That's not to say that I don't have some great moments to play off of the zaniness around me. He's first and foremost, he's got it in his mind that he is to fulfill the quest to find the Holy Grail. And through the course of the show, there's lots of different situations that he's thrown into where he gets a chance to be zany with the rest of them. But for the most part, he's kind of the straighter of the performers in the show.
And what have you liked about being in this show?
It's great to be able to sing and dance some. King Arthur's role in this is not necessarily an extremely heavy singing role, but I do get a chance to have some character type songs. The dancing is always fun for me. I really enjoy doing comedy in general, and to have something, a farcical type vehicle to perform in has been really nice. And also I'm getting a chance to work with a lot of people I've not worked with in San Antonio before, so that's been really rewarding.
Great. Okay, well that's all the questions that I have for you.
Okay.
And
My
then
name is Megan DeYoung, and I am playing the diva, basically. No, I'm playing the Lady of the Lake, and she is a very interesting character. She has the diva syndrome, so she kind of takes over every scene that she's in. But as the Lady of the Lake herself, she's part of the storyline about how Arthur became king of Camelot and all of that, king of Britain, and then became the guy with the quest to go find the Holy Grail. And so she's kind of an integral part, but probably more in her head than in the actual show.
And tell us a little bit about your own background and how you got started in theater.
Well, I feel like I've been on stage most of my life in some capacity. I grew up in California doing theater mostly with church and school and things like that. And then when I went to school in Holland, Michigan at Hope College, I studied vocal performance there. So I spent a lot more time doing classical training, lots of opera. And then I got married, and I have 4 children. And so I took a little bit of a break after that. I did just a couple shows after I got married. And then once we moved to San Antonio 6 years ago, I couldn't deny that I really needed to get back into the theater. So I've been doing things around town, usually just once a year or so, since I am a busy mom. So this has been an amazing experience. And the people I'm with are just awesome.
So tell us a little bit about the other actors that you're working with.
Let's see. I have been very blessed by being part of this cast. They are funny, and a lot of them are Monty Python fans anyway, which is really fun because I am too. I grew up watching it with my dad, and that was really fun to kind of hear us all quoting the lines before we were even aware of what was happening on stage, which was really fun. They are all exceedingly talented, and it's so amazing to be part of a community theater performance that's still just as professional as something you'd find elsewhere. And we all have different lives, but we all come together, and it's like being part of a big family. It's a lot of fun.
And how long were the rehearsals? When did you start rehearsing for this up until the show?
It was pretty quick. We started in, late June briefly, and then all of us were gone at various points over those few weeks just for vacations or previous commitments. So we really only had a couple weeks all together up on stage, and it's been beautiful to watch it come together as well as it has, and we are all very, very excited.
Great. Okay, well, that's all the questions
Absolutely.
that I
The show
have.
it opens tomorrow, August 2nd, and it runs for 5 weekends, so that's the first week of September. And they can go online to our website at woodlawntheater.org, or they can just call our box office, and that number is 210-267-8388.
Perfect. Thank you. This time I had